What's in there?
Insects. Beetles.
9 beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean. It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
9 beetles.
Poor little
It's mostly numbers.
Bugs.
Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study.
Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific... It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold.
Cracks and everything too.
A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it?
Ooh.
Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Interesting. Oh my lord. Okay. Well, this is fun. Bruh. Bruh. Let's go like that then. Ah. Look backwards. Working backwards. Copy that. Help me! Help me! Okay. I hate this already. Which ones can I move? But how? Must be this. Like that. Oh. There we go. Ah,
I got it.
we got it.
I'm impressed. Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
Ooh, secret research. A folder containing research notes and diagrams. Our unique flora and fauna is the byproduct of a number as of yet identified chemicals. These chemicals are present in the water, forming clouds and filling the lake, and this causes a variety of mutations in plants and animals. This is what Fitz says about the ecosystem around these parts, which is why you get the funky insects. Insects are most affected. However, the chemicals may travel up the fuel chain and cause mutations in birds and reptiles. As far as we know, mammals remain completely unaffected. I wonder if they're trying to get the right beetle to create an ink dip. Oh, we got like level 2 in here now. What's this about? Oh, level 2 items. Okay, second page of items.
Whose research is this?
Do we select? I think it's going to be Fifi's, to be honest. Or Flora's.
This is some seriously in-depth research.
That's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
Yeah, this is the beetle. One, two, three, four.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Pointer's
Definitely
that.
seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who is he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Oh, is he trying to create another ink dip? Oh, he's trying to breed the ink dip bird.
Pointer has been trying to breed the ink-dip bird in the underground laboratory. Almost. Maybe just change one.
Oh, is it more not like that?
Pointer has been trying to breed
He's not
the
that.
golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
He's not that nice.
Why?
He just wants the fucking
Because
beetle.
it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so.
Either
I don't
because it's
think
gold,
he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy.
or
He
it's
just
for the
wants
ink
to
dip
get one
bird.
over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing
Breeding
Beetle.
gold.
Maybe somebody did steal it.
might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
Going down more.
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
Is this the murder weapon? The rod has a curved, pointed tip like an arrow or the hand of a clock. Hand of a clock. Small loop at the back with short length of red rope connected to it. The metal is perfectly clean and polished. Wait a minute. For her to get stabbed by this through the crack in the ceiling, she'd have had to have lied down on her back and just let it fall on her.
So what's the photo?
Oh. Been framed with a slightly damp. The photograph shows a young girl. A large man is sitting next to her. Around them are several red and white birds. A metal object was stabbed in the photo, leaving a hole near the man's chest. Is that how he died? Her dad? And she's got loads of ink dip birds because she loves them. Oh.
Do you know who it is in the photo? This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
This guy. Anyway.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah.
Makes sense when you know who he is.
Lord Pointer, Lord Fellow, Lord Remington.
Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father. Meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different. This is some seriously in-depth research.
That's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
Can we just do this already? What did I hear on my keyboard?
So, this is Pointer.
Definitely seems like he's the
I guess
one.
not a lot of people know.
Right. But why would he need to lock
He's
his...
just paranoid.
What do you think he's trying...
Well, we've done this already. We've done this already. What did I hear on my keyboard just then?
Pointer has been trying to breed. Almost. Maybe just... Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried. Maybe somebody...
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret.
She might not have known what... Maybe she was just...
Curious. I reckon she knew.
I think we're still... There's no way.
I don't know why I went all into that again.
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Oh! Here we go. The Amphobi. The Ink Dip. The Soul Bearer. And the Silver Snake. An elegant white red and white bird with white plumage. The Silver Snake. An aquatic reptile with no eyes and a long tongue. The Soul Bearer. A crab with 3 differently sized claws. And the Amphobi. A frog-like creature walking on 2 legs. So it does have legs.
This room looks old. Like, old.
It makes the rest of the house seem relatively modern. Basements don't normally have windows.
Is this the lake?
We're at the bottom of the lake. It must be.
Yeah.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we?
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks. And a green hat draped on top for good measure.
You still got question marks in my head. Oh, I clicked on that. That's what I clicked on.
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with 1 candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
They came here for the Amphobi people. Got statues of them everywhere. Is that it? Oh, stars right now. Is it dark now? Anything else?
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Oh! Plans for the mansion. With this built underneath it specifically. Library, storage, bedroom, study, bedroom. So there is something there. Rooftop garden. And how do you get into the study?
Hold on. Have we been to all of these rooms already? Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it? The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context. Misted Mansion. North side cross-section.
Misted.
Is it not Tangle Tower?
Tangle Tower. Before the towers?
Storage.
It's Freya's room.
A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it? A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think. It's the aviary. Music room.
The grand hall.
What's that thing in the middle?
I think it's that big glass tube. The library. It's the room above us. The one we were just in.
The laboratory?
Yeah.
That's the room we're in now. It must be.
Was the lake level
It's not
higher?
labeled as anything on these plans, though.
I think it already existed when this was made.
Oh. Why did it roll out like this? It just...
This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Building plans. Misted mansion. The horizontal line marks where the lake was before, and a second marks where it is now. The lake has gone up.
Let's head back up to the ground. I want to find.
I want to find... Me too. Way into the study.
Wow, it's dark all of a sudden.
It is dark.
How long were we down there?
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, it's pitch black, but I think there's a switch.
Ladder. Secret ladder. Secret
A ladder.
rooms.
Want to go up?
The hidden heart. Crabos.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3?
It's the special one.
Ugh. You sure we should?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
The limbs can be rotated and closed. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's like a clock. Okay.
This crab really reminds
That
me.
little wooden toy we found?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
Yeah, in the book here. You want to do that? Open, a little bit open. Yeah, like that. Like the attack pattern.
Is that a crab?
It's got a
Also, crabs. I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file.
Oh, should I look at it like it was a clock?
This crab really reminds.
That-
Yeah, but I think I've seen
Hold
it.
on. It's like straight and then up. And this one is like Same angle as this. Okay.
Is that a crab?
It's got a
Also, crab. Perfect.
Ha ha ha!
What's this?
something somebody didn't want us to find.
Crossbow. Oh boy.
What is it?
Some kind of fish and a bird skull, I guess?
If that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Well, how about we stop talking about it? Who are all the people?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
Their eyes have been crossed out. Let's see. These are the ambassadors of Misted Mansion. This Penelope. This Pointer and wow, bits.
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3.
There's water coming through the ceiling.
I think we're underneath the rooftop garden. Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one.
It's a wooden pinboard hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
A large central computer plate has been pinned here. 4 lines have been drawn in the gap in the centre. Small sheet underneath features a drawing resembling the silhouette of a cloaked figure. Okay, this is the thing that the thing is pointing to.
Crumpled up paper.
Is there anything written on any of it?
Not really. It's mostly blank. Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Several pages have been ripped out, a few remain. 5th and banister located. Finally. Can't say I harboured any optimism, but still somehow disappointed, no better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It works. Perhaps too well. The lab was another disappointment. All that effort for what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom, nice view, mostly cleaned out, but I have what I need. She got in, she was careful. Nothing was moved. But I know it's time. Ominous.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes, but yeah, there's something.
Several black buttons, red-coloured scraps of fabric are still visible, and a fucking ink dip fell at me.
Someone's been using this room.
Okay.
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
Oh my god. Gonna be the fucking detective.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion. But nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Yeah.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
This is a photo painting in Freya's room. And this one of Freya's drawings here.
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
The murder. Oh, this is spicy.
Time to solve this.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
Above.
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part
Evil
of the
guy.
murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless... Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
No.
I think so too.
She'd already been killed, or she'd fallen unconscious. I'm going to say unconscious.
She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
The gramophone.
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
Was the music being played?
It was the music being played.
What?
Let's try that again.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
Okay, it was something in the gramophone.
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
Tape.
That's not it.
Not the damaged tape.
That's not it.
No. What was hiding in the gramophone?
That's not it.
What is this glass stuff?
That's not it.
Trowel?
That's not it.
I am a little bit off here.
That's not it.
What would have been in like I'm
That's not it. That's not it.
Come on. Am I gonna have to click everything? A feather? Headphones? Crumpled paper? To knock unconscious. The sound, right? Or the golden beetle.
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The horn it's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage, too.
The gramophone's got a crack on it.
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
Yeah.
That's some seriously powerful vibration. Enough to crack metal. Enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
Oh my god, they protected themselves with the
They
earmuffs.
protected themselves.
How?
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
Oof. This is a setup. I
Arrow
love
is
it.
pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
Where's the 2 plants? Freya added the blood to the painting herself. Her red paint was swapped out with blood.
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here, in this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
This bunch of burnt items.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene, and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here. It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. She finished it, and then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
Intentions for the painting? This is not it. Get out of here.
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need
Yes.
before she started painting.
Yes. So, the yellow paint was going to be used to paint something sitting in the window.
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
Yes, yes, yes. Something yellow in the window of Fiora's tower. Maybe a potted fruit plant?
That's not it.
No. Maybe a fucking bird? Oh, look at that. It looks like the fucking plant. Ha 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 ha.
There she is.
The sneaky bird.
Our little thief.
Our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did. But she's a very good listener.
Dun dun dun!
Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Da fuck.
Why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
Well, she got rid of her bird. Penelope. Penny. What? Tie her hands with what? The real thingy?
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
I just need to know the truth.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy, the volition to create something from nothing.
I have so many
The willpower
questions.
to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer? I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy. Not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
I did.
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other 2 Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The study.
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't
Incinerator.
take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside.
Era of Misted Mansion.
Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Oh, it's a misted like a beetle?
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, What are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mystids. Like cryptids? Like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mystids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
That's not it.
Oh. This children's book.
That's not right.
This?
That's not right.
Where'd she find this?
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
Rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose. But they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision.
A lowly entomologist. This is all coming out. I like this.
There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure. But I theorized that he received it in the post.
In the post?
In the post?
Who?
The envelope.
Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
Ha! It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in.
Mr. Tanner.
Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator.
Oh my gosh.
However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
It's like the big reveal right now.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
The will of Freya follow.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted? That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her.
Oh.
We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora.
Flora.
She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of her room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
Hey, bird, get off of that. The screech. That's why I felt it was attacked. The bird. The bird was attacking the beetle. Oh, we just got unconscious by the fucking beetle just then. And now on the lake's edge. She escaped?
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
Oh, now you all know what it is.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fit saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
What happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she?
Just a hat.
She didn't.
I apologize.
Just a hat bird.
Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
That's it. She escapes. There better be a sequel. Ah! Wow. I was just... Oh. I need more. You know that beetle's 90% gold? How's it even get off the ground? I guess we're going to look through this art gallery. Wow. Right. Let me just see if there's a sequel to this. I need to know. Yes, good game. We're done. Okay.